and welcome back to part 5 of Devil May Cry 2. Dante's story, to be precise, but whatever. I don't remember this mission at all, so I've had to read through the walkthrough or the guide even like a couple of times just to make sure I know where I'm going. There's a fragment back here, just right there for some reason, and there's also a secret mission in this area, but I want to explore around first before we go to that. But we will go to that, so don't worry. Because it's actually like, it's not too big, but there's stuff here, so we might as well look around and see if there's anything of interest. Obviously, like, there's enemies, pyromancers, that dive really easily, so it's going to be a nightmare to try and get any kind of decent rank of them. Wonder how many of these guys are going to be, or is that the last one? I hope that's the last one, because those enemies are just more annoying. They don't do anything, they just waste your time. Aura Mancers, oh. So these are pretty like the ice ones then. That's it. The secret mission's right here on this skull. If you stand still and interact with it, there you go. Level 13. Alright, so we've already passed how many secret rooms I think any other Devil May Cry has, ignoring the reboot. So I can't actually remember how many the reboot has. I think it has quite a few, but I honestly can't remember. It's been too long. Ow. But then the reboot also had to make you have to get fragments for your DT as well. You couldn't just buy DT, you had to actually get it bigger by doing it the same way you'd get extra health. Which I didn't mind the idea. But I prefer being able to just buy them, because DT is not something that everyone cares about and wants to go for. It's just something to give you the extra kick and show off a bit more power and finesse. Whilst health is something you need to, actually fucking survive. If you're not a master, and you can't expect everyone to be a bloody pro at this game, or any game in the DMC series. So the idea of having to go out of your way to collect them, and so get better while you're at it, I like, but for just DT, but yeah, I just don't think it's as necessary. Like, if 5 ever comes out and they make 5 something you have to collect the fragments to get more DT, I won't mind it. But at the same time, if they don't add it, I equally won't mind it. Oh, we lost the S rank. I wanted to see how long I could keep it going, because that's the better challenge. Once you get an S rank, it's keeping it. Oh, we actually got him. I didn't think we would. I should probably move out of the centre so I don't accidentally activate the thing immediately. Not that it matters, because it's an odd numbered secret mission, so we're not getting a fragment anyway. Forgot about that. Ugh. Oh, and these guys respawn once you leave. Why should I say that? I think 1 did that as well. Enemies would respawn once you leave the secret mission. I can't remember if 3 and 4 do it, but that's because usually the secret missions are in locations where enemies aren't immediately, like, right next to it, sort of thing. But the idea of this area is that you gotta activate this door by hitting 2 switches quick enough. So as soon as you hit that one, move over to the other side and do the same. I'm going behind him and jumping and doing the down slash like that, just because I know Dante's auto lock will be at the enemy, not the switch. So it's better to just line myself up with the enemy behind it, and then just do the slam down, so then I know it will hit. Oh, there's another red orb over here, so we might as well just get it, as Dante starts having a paddy. Sure, we're not doing too bad on red orbs. Let me hit this, and you'll activate the hole in the middle, so we can progress. And Fizz, once we go through there, it ends the mission. But of course, we can't have a mission be that short. This isn't DMC 1. So a random ass vortex comes the hell out of nowhere. And we're just dragged into this random cavern. Like this micro hell that just seems to go off forever, and you look at the background. To be fair, now that I say it, it looks like something that'd be a bloody palace arena, the sort of background it has. That being said, I don't know what bloody palace looks like in DMC 2. I'd assume it's probably just going to be the secret mission floor design, but it's just this big square blocks with random floors. Because I can't imagine this game being very well imaginative. What are these things? Demonicorus, and more golems. Neat. I was just doing the odd pot shot as we head and approach, just to maintain the rank, to see how high I can get it before this dies. I think that was just to see, but whatever. Right, I think we got a boss fight. Yeah, we have. We got this thing. And I also remember this thing having very little health and dying really quickly. But it has a lot of minions that have... Alright, that was a really janky animation of Dante there. Like, that's why that just really caught my attention. That was really fucking janky. like worse than DMC1. That just looked like something that someone had done in Gmod. But as you say, all we did was shoot it a couple of times, and its health's already dropping. This thing really does not have much... Yeah, now in DT, look how quickly this thing's dropping in health. Knocked Terran. And it's dead. That's it. Now all you got to do is kill this minion running around, and we're done. I think there's a few more that appear, so we have to keep an eye out for them. Like that one there. Oh shit. I just pressed every button and shook the control stick. Oh, this thing... It takes a while to die. It shoots out these little... It shot out like a few extra little more minions to grow into these big lavas then. They're still going to keep on eating me, for God's sake. Oh! How many did it drop? I didn't see. Ah, get off me! So that's the general idea of the boss, though. This doesn't... Like, the boss itself doesn't have much health to make up for the fact that it shoots out all these lava things to give you trouble even after the boss is dead. But that's it. Bit of a joke of the fight, like most of the boss fights in this game, but it's there anyway. I've no idea why they felt to put that in. You know what that feels like? How like janky and thrown together that is. That feels like one of those bosses you'd see in a re-release when they feel like adding something new. But it's not, it's actually just there in the vanilla, so it just feels a bit more weird. Sort of like the Jester fights in 3, where they're just kind of randomly there, but because you know they only added them with the special edition, it's just like an extra stuff, you can be a bit more like, oh okay, they just added them. It's not something that's just there in the vanilla. But new mission, and by the looks of it, we're finally going to fight the wolf dude. By looking at the background of it, as I accidentally hit my mic, hopefully I didn't come through too bad. But this mission's a longer one. This mission will probably be the rest of the part, because there's quite a lot of stuff to collect along the way. If you get to secret mission, level 14, also room, because it's not a mission at all. You're not doing anything other than just kill more general mooks. Oh, a biscote, so I'm assuming these ones are stronger than the ones we've been fighting. I mean, I assume. Oh yeah, that guy armoured through my attack. Oh, more of them, yay. You know, eventually you'd think they'd get the smart idea if they're going to do this and just make the rooms bosses that you fought before. Because to be honest, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know, we'll find out as we go, but I've got a feeling that we might not at this rate. I'll give it to like mission 18, I think. If they're going to do like bosses returning, I think it'll be like 18, 19 and 20, because I know there's 20 in this game. Or if not, at least mission 20, as we get a new blue orb full. Neat. But we'll find out as we go. Oh boy, more enemies. Interesting floor design for this cavern. Really brings out the colour. Ugh. I will compliment it. Now I've gotten into it, I am getting back into the usual game I usually do when I'm playing DMC, which is see how long and how big the rank I can get and how long I can keep it. Which is something you should do anyway. It's nice to see you actively get rewarded on the spot by seeing a ranking go up. Even if it's just a word and it really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of it. Knowing that you are doing better and the game is acknowledging you for doing better is quite rewarding in any Devil May Cry game. Even this and the reboot. And the door closed behind me, neat. So even if it's only a couple enemies around, I'd still want to try and see if I can get a good rank out of it. And that's why sometimes you see me just doing little pepper shots after I start the ranking up, just to try and keep it going. Because unlike other Devil May Cry games, I can't just get right up in front of the enemy's faces really easily, because the sting is useless. Dodging only does so much. So I've got to make do with what I have. And like DMC1, this just drops if the rank vanishes. It just drops to non-existent. 3 and 4 will just slowly decay. Even when you can't see them, they'll just continue to slowly decay. So if you get to a new fight, say you got to an A rank, and you, after a little bit of travelling, got to a new fight, it'd still start you on like a C or a B, depending on how quick you got there, sort of thing. Ah, there's nothing else around. I want to see if I can get the S. I think the real challenge would be when we start Lucia's story, because that'll be all blind, at least gameplay side of things. I'll be following a stricter walkthrough so I know where I'm going and make sure I don't miss anything. But in terms of gameplay, I've never played as Lucia before. So getting the S rank with her, I think, might be a little bit more of a feat. I don't think it'll be something so easily that we'll get. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that, but whatever. I keep on forgetting not to hold R1. It feels so alien to me not holding lock on to something. But yeah, it's what this game wanted to do. Alright, up through there. Oh, and more mooks, neat. More Demonocorus. Or Demonicorus. Whatever these things are called. Why can't they just make easy to pronounce names? Thankfully after this game they get a lot better with the naming. Most of them you can pretty much guess what they're going to be called before you even start. The only things I usually forget are the 7 hells, like in DMC3, but that's not because I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's just because I get muddled up on which one is which of the 7 sins, because they're all named after the 7, so you tend to forget which one's pride, which one's lust, which one's gluttony, that sort of thing. And there's also those chess piece enemies, but you're only going to forget their names if you don't know chess, if you don't know which one's the pawn, which one's the rook, things like that. Because they're just called damned pawn, damned queen, damned rook. It's really easy. And in 4, minus the Angelos, you're probably not going to forget any of their names because they're quite simple. And the only reason I say the Angelos is that I usually, well, at least I used to, I'm not that bad with it now, forget which ones are called, which ones are Bianco and which ones are like the Agnes and shit. And even then I got it wrong. Biancos are the weaker ones, and there's ones with, sorry, the platforming was starting to get on my tits. I know there's the Biancos, and I think like there's one that it starts with A to let you know it's a stronger one. I can't remember what one it's called off the top of my head, but the point is they're not nowhere near as bad to remember as they are in 2. And then the reboot goes for really simple names like Witch and Monster and Succubus, just names you know. Oh, Boulder, hello. Goodbye. Alright, I hope that didn't hit me kind of as a kill. Like some kind of like troll. No, that didn't hit me, alright. Is there anything we can get back up here? The walkthrough said if you backtrack once you get here, there is something there, but by the looks of it, we have to do something else first. But it looks like you could sort of see a marking of a door like just above me. So maybe after we smash this? Alright, neat. Oh, there's stuff to get red orbs. We'll smash these and then I'll backtrack. Is that going to slam down? No? Okay, cool. But yeah, this is open, which is what we needed. And I believe the guide's right. Yeah, our final sword, the one I'm not going to be using, Merciless. Because it does less damage than all the swords, it just has longer range. Which I don't know about you, but that seems quite alright. And another blue orb! What? Alright, sure, why not? A full blue orb just right above a sword there. And right above it, you see that like that red light? On top of that, when we get to that, is apparently where our next gun is. So we'll not only be getting a new sword, but a new ranged weapon as well. And I believe it's the last ranged weapon in Dante's story. I was about to say the game, but we still got Lucia to do. And that was the last sword for Dante, by the way, and that's the last weapon you're getting. No gauntlets in this game, making it literally the only Devil May Cry to not have gauntlets. Even the reboot got that right, for Christ's sake. Alright, mission 15. Oh, 4 Savage Golems. We have to be careful then, because they can regenerate their bodies and do that ranged bullshit, so I have to be careful and keep an eye on it. Ooh. And the auto-lock just decides to go for the other guy, so the other guy's just going to run away and probably regenerate. Oh well, more reason to get my ranking up. Ah! Because he can poison you as well, is the thing. I think it's the only enemy that can have like some kind of status effect on you. Because they never usually bother with that. I've still got another round of these guys once these guys die. Because it's only round 1, remember? Yep, here they come. Oh, and they've got one of they got a goat with them. So I'm only using DT and shutting up, I just want to get it done. There's so many of these guys around, I just want to make sure they die. Now I can relax a bit more, because most of the main threats are dead. I like how it just regenerates right in front of me as I wail on them. Alright, neat. Bingo? Oh, I love bingo. I really don't. That's the thing, if they make another Devil May Cry game, I'm curious as to what new words they'll come up with for D, C, B, A, and S, and then, assuming they don't go the DMC4 route, what ones they're going to do for S, double S, and triple S. Because DMC4, instead of making it different words, just added onto the word. So instead of being stylish, it was like stick stylish, and then smoking stick style, or something like that. Did I just phase through that? It looked like I clipped through that. But there's more red orbs there, which is neat. It did look like I clipped through it, and I can see more platforming up ahead. And after last part, I'm giving this one fucking chance. That's it. I'm giving it one chance, and then I'm flying up here. Alright, fuck this. Let's get to a high enough position that I can actually fly up there safely. Because even though I doubt it, I don't want to run out of DT at all. Let's get about like here-ish. And just fly. And what we need is right there. We can fly right out to the exit. That's the exit there. You can just fly to it and completely skip the point you're supposed to. Because you're supposed to knock that and it makes a lift come up so you can reach that higher platform. But you can just fly to it. But if you go over here, you'll be on top of that red light that I was telling you about, and we'll get the submachine guns. Combat submachine guns with high accuracy. So now we've got 4 guns you can swap to on the fly, which to be fair is pretty neat. That's more than any other DMC. Even if none of them are like, unique or interesting. Like, it's no Pandora, that's for sure. I'm just going to fly just to be safe, but I'll do it properly just to show you what I mean. But you knock this and it makes a lift appear, and I'll take you to the ledge just above us. It's great for speedrunning, I guess, if you really care that much. So that makes that flash, and when you go back down to it, it will take you up. Why they felt the need to do that and just didn't feel like maybe adding more to the platforming and just refining the platforming controls while they were at it, who knows. But we got one more thing to collect before we can move on to the boss safely, and I remember this one because it's right in your face, but it's hard to get. And I'm going to equip the quick heart just to make sure I can get it, because when all these 3 are smashed, what you can get becomes available. It's another one of the heart upgrades. Problem is, they take a while to smash and they come back. So you have to try and destroy all 3 of them and then book it straight over to there and get it before a single one of these will regenerate. Ideally, you need to line it up so the last 2 or so will break at the same time. Because look, you see how quickly that came back? You need to line it up better so they will all die around the same time, so you'll have enough time to get there. So I'm going to try and do a lot of damage. I've done a lot of damage on the third one, I've done a lot of damage on the middle one, so hopefully I can just smash this, immediately go to smash these, miss. Alright, now I'm not getting it. Unless it smashes up right now, and now book it. Just book it, Dante, we can make it. Oh, one came back, god damn it. That's what I mean. Yeah, that one came back. Oh. And the other 2 are just going to come back because I missed like hell. Because the game controls like arse. So I'm just trying to think. So I want to do a lot of damage so I can, like I said before, smash all 3 of them nearest to the same point. Now this one needs to break like now. And now this one needs to break like now. There we go. Run! Run, Dante! Come on! There we go. It didn't take too long, thankfully. But on my original playthrough, when I was a kid, I gave up and just left it there. Because it was starting to wind me up. But we got it. And what's our reward for putting all that effort in? Healing Heart. The ability to regenerate your health a bit quicker than normal. As much as I appreciate it, I'd rather the damage. So I'll stick with a Fence Heart. And I'll put Aerial Heart back on now. We don't need to sprint again for a while. I believe all we do now is head down here and we get our boss encounter. Yep, here he is. Good old wolf boy with his 2 dogs. But this time he will actually fight us, which is cool. Bulwark. Alright, neat name. To be fair, I already knew his name, I just forgot it when I went to record this part. Obviously, as soon as it went to the part where you're going to fight him, I forgot about him, but his name's Bulwark. That one I know how to pronounce, because it's one of the only simple names it is. And I remember this boss, because it was the only boss I enjoyed on the original run. Because he's just a swordsman who fights you fair and square. Yeah, the dogs are annoying, but they're not something you can't deal with. You just got to fight him. It's probably the most enjoyable fight in the game, and I'm just making it a joke. Because he can actually combo you, and will fight back if you're overconfident. He actually has a strategy that you have to learn and work with. I just wish the dogs weren't here, because it's the only thing that hurts the fight, I feel. Yeah, well, like you see there, I was over-aggressive, he slammed down, and I didn't move, so I suffered for it. Or he has a million stab. Oh, I see how it is. I don't get a normal million stab, but he gets one just fine. Alright, one of his dogs just suffered for him. Ow. Well, that hit me. Alright, neat. Oh, come on. So if you're caught with a million stab, you're stuck in it for the entirety of it. You can't get out of it till it's over. And I keep on locking onto the dogs, which I don't want to do. There we go. Worth pointing out, he didn't die, he just left. We will be fighting him a second time. Only one more time means the only reoccurring boss in this game, well, properly. But we will be fighting him a second time, so look forward to that. And that ends the mission. Neat. So next, I've introduced the party. It's been a nice thing. So next time on Devil May Cry 2, we'll whatever. We'll continue tracking Arius and doing whatever the hell we usually do. Let's see what this says. We'll do that. See you then.